You would not believe it, guys. So I started the wall and the skip drivers finished it off. Come and have a look at this. Right, so what is up everybody and welcome back, and this is day 2 of the project we've got going on at the minute. So we're here today. We've got Harry and Will with me, which is nice. We've got here, just got here, it's about 8:10. We've just fired the digger up, kettle is on. So we're going to get digging out this bed for the customer, taking just the top layer of turf up, starting to move that out to the skip. That'll be our first job, following up from yesterday's video. So this is part 2, but yeah, without further ado, let's get on the go. Right guys, it is 10 o'clock. We are just on our first break. We're making good progress. We're halfway through the flower bed, which is good. Skip is filling up. Also guys, I went to the rental place this morning and picked up the whacker plate, so we have that for the week as well, which is good. And while the boys are on break, and in true digger driver fashion, well, good operator standards anyway, I'm going to grease the digger. Let's get it. Right guys, so the forecast was right and this rain is only going to get heavier, so we're going to call it for a day. Only managed to get quarter of a day in today, so we're going to be packed up and home by 10:30, like 11, which isn't good, but you can't do anything about the rain. It's becoming a bit of a mud fest out here, and I'm sure some of you guys knows what it's like. The mud is just counterproductive, so there's no point getting it a slop fest. It is not ideal and it won't help us at all, so we're going to leave it and wrap up for the day, but I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Right guys, you join us Thursday morning. So unfortunately we couldn't get much done yesterday. We was completely rained and washed out. The ground is still quite wet and boggy this morning. However, we're going to try and do the best job we can, and we do need to get a shimmy on with this because the digger's going back in about 4 days. So I want to get all the work done I can with that. Also the brickie is here Saturday, so I want to get everything in place for him. So we're going to be working like animals today, really try and get it done. I've got Will and Harry with me again today, and we're really going to try and push through the work. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock this morning. We've got the kettle on. I'm going to fire the digger up. Right guys, so the first job of the day is I'm going to chuck a few litres of diesel in the digger. Keep us going all day, but this is where we're at. You can see the ground is still a little bit wet, a little bit boggy, but we will leave this to dry out before putting any type 1 on it. And the plan will be to just continue digging this bed out and working our way back. So yeah, we'll set you up on a time lapse guys, and we'll get working. But first of all, coffee. Right guys, so we're getting on very well. Ground is starting to dry up, which is good. We're avoiding mud at all costs, but it's coming along pretty well. It is only 9:30, so we've got plenty of the day left to go, and we're getting on through this very quickly. Right guys, so as you can see behind me, that flower bed is all looking good and dug out. We're going to quickly re-edge that to get a nice edge on that bed, and then that will all be done. And then I think job after that would be getting some type 1 straight down into here, triple checking levels, probably getting there by hand, you know, get any loose bits out, and then start getting some type 1 in. I think, guys, that would be the plan. So yeah, let's continue. Right guys, so the conditions haven't really been optimum as you've been able to see so far, but we are really starting to get there now. The sun has come out, everything's drying up, so for the remainder of the project it should be lovely. The problem was I've only got this on hire until the end of Saturday, so obviously we've got some more digging out to do. So yeah, another skip and that is coming, so we've got more work to be doing, plenty more, and obviously this is going, so we need to get as much as we can done, so we sort of had to push on through some of the more rainy weathers and that sort of thing. Right guys, so it's been a while since we last checked in, but we have got some membrane down ready for type 1 to go in. We scraped up all the sludge and all the loose bits off this path from the rain and the bad weather. Obviously the weather's not been ideal, but I have stated before we have to just push on. Gonna scrape all that back with a digger at some point as well guys, but for the time being I think I'm gonna start getting some type 1 in, yeah, ready for tomorrow. Because the bricky will be here Saturday, so everything all needs to be in place by then. So we've just got a couple of other bits to be laying down the membrane on this area, and then we will start shoveling some type 1 in, which will be fun. Job's going fairly well. It's a challenging job, I'll say that. It is pushing me, but you know, that's what we like. That is what we like. This job definitely is on sort of the bigger end of the side of things for me. However, hopefully soon we can start doing this work more often. I think I've got a couple of other jobs in the pipeline from some of the conversations I've been having, which I'll be really excited for. So yeah, we're getting there. But what do you think guys? How have I been doing? Please tell me, share your thoughts about how I'm doing. I'm really learning a lot from your comments and that sort of thing, so it really means a lot, everyone that's chipping in. I like to build the community and I like to have my input and I love to hear other people's input. So yeah, please drop your comments, drop your thoughts. So I'm going to think about getting the digging bucket on this digger, tracking it round the front and starting to get prepared for loading the boys up for type 1. We do have a couple of wheelbarrows that are full, which is our only issue, and well, it might be a struggle cramming them in the very full skip. But yeah, that's sort of why we've left the bits down there for a minute. And we can't continue digging out the back bit because the skip is full, which is not a problem. I really am enjoying the landscaping side of things guys. It is challenging, but I'm really enjoying it. Obviously being a digger driver has aided me in this job massively, and yeah, I definitely think this job required a digger. It would have been brutal by hand. The sun is trying its hardest to push through them clouds. It is like the thinnest cover of clouds I've ever seen, but it's quite a consistent cover of clouds also. So the conditions are kind of strange at the minute guys, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of warm but muggy but not warm, but sunny but bright. Yes, but English weather, best way I can describe it. Right guys, I also have a question for all of you. What sort of work do you do and why do you do that work? Do you simply do mow, blow and goes? Do you do your landscaping side of things? Do you do tree work? What work and why? That's my question for this video guys. Answer in the comments. Let's get another discussion going. It's been great, the positive vibes in my comment section, so let's keep it going. And the first of the type 1 is going down guys. So, bit thicker than that please, I would say, Will. A little bit thicker mate. Nice one. You would not believe it guys. So, I started the wall and the skip drivers finished it off. Come and have a look at this. Do mind my dodgy finger, I trapped it in a wheelbarrow earlier. Accidents happen. It's been an eventful one and I've not been recording, but I will fill you in. Just look. You thought I did bad, boy. Right boys, so what an eventful afternoon that has been.
Yeah, just a tad.
Just a tad. So to fill you in, guys. I haven't been filming. That's because we had a little bit of an issue on the skip exchange. The first driver, well, he was about as good as a knitter's condom. So then the skip company sent a second driver, who was competent, I will say, and got the skip onto the lorry. There is more damage on the wall though, so we'll show you that now. Oh, you couldn't make it up. You could not write this, guys. You really couldn't. So just look at the disaster. Now it is much worse. But to be fair to the second driver, he did it without any hazard. He made the job look easy. So, you know, there's drivers and screwdrivers in the world, guys, because, well, driver number 2 made the job look easy. Got it on the lorry without even struggling, didn't he, boys? Yeah. Driver number 2. He was mint, so we'll give it to him. So, yeah, it's just a shame. Right, guys, we're all packed up for the day, and wow, what an eventful day. I said to the boys, everything happens in threes, and it definitely has worked out that way. But it is what it is. The skip driver, he was a numpty, the first driver. He was an absolute noddy. Luckily, the skip company sent out a more competent driver and got the lorry on the van. Got the skip on the back of the lorry without any struggle at all. So, you know, shout out to that second driver. He knew how to pull them levers. But, wow. I'm really happy with myself and how I've handled the day. I've definitely had a lot go on this week, and you could not write it. It is YouTube gold, and I'm just excited. But share all your thoughts, share all your comments, guys. What do you think? What's your thoughts? Tell me in the comments.
Being strong feels exactly the same as being weak. The difference is you don't quit, not until you reach the peak. It's all a test to see if you're made for it. You got a destiny with your name on it.
But that's been all for this one. Please like, subscribe, and remember, if your garden's looking worse for wear, call Hampshire and Dorset Garden Care. Have a good evening, guys.